Alright, welcome everybody to episode 9 of the Bladesong Dynasty. This is our recurring role-playing dynasty in King of the Castle. Basically the way this works is I come up with a premise, that changes the socio-political cultural situation at the start of the game in a way that's a little different than a normal King of the Castle game. And then we go from there, right? We role-play and we do some lore building and world building. We create this different premise that sets us in a slightly different world than a normal King of the Castle game. And then we explore different themes based on the premise. These long recurring dynasties usually last for 3 to 4 months, anywhere between 11 and 14 episodes. This one is going to last for 12 episodes. And so yeah, we're nearing the end. This is episode number 9, so we're past the halfway point. This dynasty in particular, you can find info on this on our Discord, or there's a link for this, for the background info on our World Anvil page. If somebody would be so kind as to post it and pin it in chat, that's a very quick reference for you to read the essentials, right? Because there are mountains of lore that have been produced by the community, and it's impossible to catch up at this point. So you might just want to read the Getting Started article that Vasper just posted in chat. That's more than enough to get started. But basically the idea is that in this kingdom, the monarchs tend to be a little bit more autonomous in ruling, in how they rule the kingdom, and the nobles are expected to be more autonomous themselves in handling their own problems, their own issues with each other, And the way they do that is through competition. So each region has a specific competition, like the March has jousting, the South has dueling, and the Coast has arena fighting. And those are expected to compete in these competitions to, settle any disputes that they may have. Oh, you don't like what I think? I challenge you to joust. And that's how they do it, without asking for the help of the crown. If that comes up in an event, then we give it a justification, but that's the basic idea. And the main focus of the dynasty is the personal deeds of the nobles and the songs that come out of them. So the way that nobles can buy for themselves undying glory, even after their death. So this is what the Bladesong is about. But in the meantime, I see that Ryana brought some lovely folks here. Thank you so much for the raid, Ryana. Welcome everybody. I'm MrKaji. In case you don't know me, I basically only play King of the Castle, and as you may have listened, tonight we're playing a recurring role-playing dynasty. If you like role-playing, lore building, world building, lore writing, you're in the right place. Stick around. Dr. Mellow Orc, Alexa, hello, how you doing? Who else is here? And Ryana. Sorry I'm late. No worries. I'm late too, and nobles are more than welcome to the council. So this is what we're doing, and for those of you who may be new, or for those of you who weren't here last week, or for those of you who have very short memory like me, I have a lovely summary from our lovely That Which Lurks that can help us remember what happened previously in the Bladesong Dynasty. In the reign of Queen Xacintha the Ascended, who ruled from 1070 to 1088, Grandi Xacintha Blueberry was on a mission from the Ninth to channel Saint Callimaco III and give the kingdom a religious foundation upon which to rebuild. Generations may pass for her to be thanked in songs. She was patient. She aimed to sow prayers that glory may be reaped. Through political mastery, she secured the support of the people, the grandees, and the archbishop. When Gloria III drowned in beer, she was there to explain that Saint Callimaco had sent the thirsty fellows miracle to foil a premature war. She was acclaimed as the Ninth Herald and the Queen. Zealous but pragmatic, Xacintha did not waste goodwill on pointless fights. Her end goal was worth compromises to keep allies. A defector from Kurth offered to arm the kingdom in exchange for asylum. The court saw the hand of Providence and accepted. Yet when agents of the Republic came in pursuit, Xacintha refused to anger Kurth. She delayed the bounty hunters to try and keep her word, but in vain. While sorry for the prisoner, the queen accepted a reward for her non-interference. She was thinking on how, by keeping good relationships with Kurth and the Finfolks, the kingdom could turn its new weapons on Ashmead. The kingdom prospered, making southern peasants wealthier and turning hunger into a distant memory. Corruption faded away, impairing dissenters who found Xacintha's ways cowardly or manipulative. All good signs of the Ninth's blessing, of course. There were a few setbacks, and the kingdom started to doubt Xacintha's protection. This pushed the queen to show a sterner side, persuading the realm that all was under her control as her canonization approached. Xacintha had served the kingdom with all her cunning. She ascended to sainthood, carried by all of its achievements, claimed as godly rewards for her own. When her glorious reign ended, everything was ready for her daughters. Please give a big round of applause to Lurks for this amazing summary. Thank you so much, Lurks. Thank you for helping us poor degenerates with very short memory remember what the heck is happening every week. Thank you so much, Lurks. Blue Book, thanks so much for the follow. Happy to have you with us tonight. Hello, hello, hello. I see. Hadrian, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining. And Blue Book, same thing. Welcome, welcome. Let me see where you ended up, Blue Book. Blue Book, you are a Grandy. You are a Grandy. How you doing? Corruption faded away. Rest in peace. Fuck corruption, yeah. Yeah, Xacintha the First was another saint, exactly. Alright. Who's this Lurks to speak of? Alright. So this is what happened previously on Bladesong. And now let us begin with Xacintha the Second. AC3 does care for some swan. So let's start with the coronation. That's usually where we start. Oh, wait. Baton Holdfast approaches and whispers to the monarch, "My queen and young cousin." Oh, right, yeah, we are cousins. "I congratulate you on ascending to the throne, but I must warn you to the dangers to your reign. Do not trust the nobles. They may swear faith to you, but but they are simply waiting for an opportunity. With all my training under Spymaster Ismay, I warn you to not let the noble regions grow too powerful and upset the balance of power, lest you will be overthrown. Good luck, your majesty, you'll need it." Thank you, Baton. I appreciate that. You might be most useful. If you come up in an event, please, if I don't notice, please make me notice it. But yeah, Baton, if you come up as a freaking schemer, I swear to God. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your mother, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Of course. Let me get changed into my waterproof robes. Let us call the nobles in. So, dear nobles, we won't force the commoners to swear blood oath. That's barbaric. Everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. We don't want those barbaric measures here. Yeah, we don't want to do that. My favorite choice. Yeah, no, not tonight. Morgrim is not the only one, because there's also Shiny Quarks. Shiny Quarks is the OG modder, I believe. So 12 to 9 for the Reaver. Oh, that bodes well. Is this going to be the second Reaver in the dynasty? I like the farming. Who doesn't, right? Farming is pretty good. Yeah, the peasant. Skimmer, why What are you the idea? Oh, book streams. I see. I didn't know. Cool. Jump on our Discord, Boke, and feel free to ask about it. And the people providing the mods are gonna be happy to send them over if they want. Gosplan, sleep is Lapalo. All right. So what happened here? Dragon Pete, welcome back. Oh, 13 to 15. Wait, what? All right. It's no Reaver in the end. It looks like you're gonna be putting on a vast banquet for the queen. That's very generous of you. Okay. I'm gonna give you a few more seconds in case you have not voted. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. How have you been? Working is the answer. Sleep is loud. How about you? All right. This bodes well. Banquet it is. The nobles spare no expense, and your banquet table groans under the weight of it all. Whole roasted peacock, a boar's head stuffed with swan tongues, an entire wheel turning on its feet. I'm so sorry, Citrinitus. I'm so sorry. It's insane, but it's good. Awesome. Swan tongues. It's a meal fit for a queen, which is now, you suppose, what you are. Alright. Let's introduce ourselves to the council, and then we can talk about who Queen Xacintha II is. Patricians, who are you gonna send? Sparse Corruption, even. Huh. Hello, Sparse Corruption. Pleasure to meet you. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under her reign. Me too. Me too. And the Grandies, then. Liberal Mind, hello. Hadn't seen you. May the ninth God bless your reign, your majesty. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. I will. You can be sure of that. And then the Barons, is it Baton? It is not. It is not. It is someone from the Chara system. From the Chara bloodline. The judges, hail and well met, your majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, huh? Alright. The council hall immediately fills with raised bodies as the nobles argue. Is this what your mother fought so hard for? It is. So, who is Queen Xacintha II? Ismay, hello. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your mother out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? So, who is Queen Xacintha II, whose words are, whose motto is, canter, then gallop? So Queen Xacintha II, I think, is a pretty accomplished competitor in the kingdom, you know, in her youth. I think she's pretty good at all 3 regional competitions. She's probably better at jousting and dueling than she is at arena. But I think she did pretty well in all competitions, you know. I think she partook in different smaller tournaments, smaller and larger tournaments. Yeah, and proved to be a good jouster. You know, probably a really good jouster, a good dueler, and a decent arena fighter. So she's very active, very involved with the competition system, and I actually think that she probably fought as champion in some jousts, in some legal jousts, you know. Yeah. I think there were some jousts where she fought as a champion. Yeah, I like that. Maybe somebody, you know, maybe some nobles had something to say against how some regions were handled during the past reign, and Xacintha II championed for the whole region, basically, or something like that, you know. Yeah. What else do we know? I think that... yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. Like, she's a dynamic and very active person. And I think that upon getting the crown, she probably does a little speech, right? Of something like, she says something along the lines of, I know that there's an open wound in our southern regions, but keep in mind that we have to heal, right? Like, the kingdom is healing like an injured jouster. Like, imagine a jouster who falls from who's unhorsed, and then they get injured, and before they can joust again effectively, they have to wait for healing to happen, you know, to take place. And if they jump back on a horse and just pretend to joust again right away, they're just gonna hurt worse. They're just gonna get hurt worse than they already are. So it takes time. We have been healing for 68 years? Not really. I would say we've been healing for 18 years, roughly. See his glasses, nerd. The sort of person who only smiles while doing something energetic. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. I think she's always frowning and serious, but you know, after a joust, after a duel, you can see the occasional smile, yeah. But she tends to be a very serious individual. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. But the thing is, like, you have to think of it this way. The kingdom is not... The kingdom is composed of different parts, okay? When we go to wage war against Ashmead, it's not just the kingdom who has to heal. There are multiple parts involved. It's sort of as if the kingdom is the rider, right? Who fell and was injured. The monarch is the horse who drives the kingdom towards its opponent, right? And you need to have a solid horse. You have to have the right horse to drive you to your opponent. And then the nobles are the lands, right? And the nobles also have to be, if you take a land that is not compact, you know, that is already partly splintered, it's very hard that you're gonna be able to, you know, put a good shot on target. You have to have a healthy rider, a powerful horse, and a strong lance. So both kingdom, monarch, and nobles need to be healed. I think this is probably like her first speech at the council, you know? In the council hall. Yeah, that sounds like Caldovaga talk, exactly. But I think this is pretty much, like, she says something along these lines, right? And people say, yeah, the kingdom has been healing, and then she's like, yes, but that might not be enough. We need to make sure that, yes, the rider is healthy, but also that we have the right horse, and that the lance we're using is fit for the job. Yes, we can replace them, but sometimes you only have one tilt. So maybe sometimes you don't have time to change your lance. It's probably a better sort of nobles won't shut up, yeah. like, now that I'm saying this, I actually think, like, it's pretty funny that she says, the monarch is like a horse. That's not a flattering metaphor, right? But, yeah, exactly, Lurks. There are Huinims. But yeah, like, I think that's probably some noble stuff. There's gonna be talk about this, right? Like, a bunch of people are gonna reference this and be like, what the fuck is the queen saying? But I'm pretty sure that to some, this will make a lot of sense. Is she a horse? No, she's not. I think that the thing that reflects the most what she believes is to be the architect of a new golden age. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the overall trade, blah blah blah. I think this is what she has in mind. Let's see the schemes now. Terrell of the Sir Slipty-Slap bloodline, eccentric, former bandit, stands before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. What is it with barons using bandits or claimants? That's pretty funny, kinda. Whenever the barons of the march back down from a fight, never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. Alright, barons of the march, what do you want to do? To try and overthrow Queen Xacintha II, if you want to do that. Do you want to use sorcery and ask for the help of a wizard trying to raise authority? Do you want to use subterfuge and lower stability? Or do you want to use propaganda trying to lower stability? Good point, Amy. Propaganda would fit well, pretty well, yeah. Also subterfuge, though, I think. Oh. So we have a bunch of barons, only 7 have voted. In case you are a baron and you have not voted, I strongly invite you to do so now. We have 6 more. We have 6 more. Yeah, vote. This can still be tied. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Subterfuges. Improvocate, welcome back. The barons plan to replace the queen's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, they must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Yeah, exactly, sweet. Then we have Pasqualo of the Dragon Pit lineage, a notorious southern orator, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. If all pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored, Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Ryana! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. That's incredibly kind of you, Ryana. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're right there with Shiny. Shiny's not gonna be pleased when they see this. Thank you so much. Also, you might have a little bit of a delay. You might want to refresh. Because 0 came a little bit earlier than your. My 0 came way earlier than your 0, but yeah. Thank you so much, Ryana. Whose family is this? This is your family, Dragon Pit. So, Grandees of the South, what do you want to do here? Do you want to start an uprising, trying to raise the treasury? Do you want to start a witch hunt, trying to get the highest faith? Or do you want to excommunicate the queen, trying to lower stability? Oh, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, things going well. The only thing we miss is military. Oh, hey, Lancatlane, how you doing? I'm a slow typer. Okay. Yeah, right? Witch Hunt or excommunication against the daughter of a saint is a really interesting choice. Like, if this goes through, I really want to see how we explain this. Alright, I'm gonna count down from 5 here. You can still vote and tie this. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Witch Hunt it is. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the Grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, the Grandees must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. I love how our only weakness military is the one we keep testing against Ashmead, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Morgrim, yeah. Lucius of the Gigacorp member family, eccentric coastal prodigy, scribbles with a well-used quill in a harbor desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Xacintha II. Something must be done. Patricians of the coast, what do you want to do here? Do you want to try to find a doppelganger, trying to lower your own defiance? Do you want to start a conspiracy, trying to lower the treasury? Or do you want to spread corruption, trying to lower authority, just like sparse corruption voted to do? Patricians usually are very, very unanimous in their schemes in this dynasty, if I recall correctly, so it's gonna be interesting to see if that's the case, too. Oh, no, looks like they're not gonna be. Interesting, wow. Wow. Never mind. They never did, yeah. Alright, looks like it's gonna be doppelganger here. Alright, this can still be tied, so I'm gonna be counting down from 5. It looks like it's gonna be doppelganger though. So counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Doppelganger it is. The patricians plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the patricians must keep defiance to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Yeah, exactly. You can explain it later. Oh, we have 2 false pretenders and a distant cousin. This is interesting. 2 false pretenders, 1 distant cousin, only 1 related. Well, we'll see how this goes. So, what would Queen Xacintha II take here? I think she'd take Iron Choice. Yeah, that sounds like it. That sounds like it. Yeah, I think Iron Choice. A need for horses. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Well, let's start that. Let's start there. The game fucking knows. Look at the title of the stream and look at the title of this event. And we've been talking about horses, yeah. This is so cool. Ryana, hello. Your Highness, I've been thinking. Saint of horses. Martial soldiers are without peer, but our armies could always be stronger. What we really need are better horses, but the best don't come cheap. The Ashmeadians have a surplus of destress at the moment, horses bred for war. Perhaps the crown could go halves with the barons to acquire some, for the good of the kingdom, of course. Oh, right. It's a different portrait. No! So... I mean, I'm actually gonna veto C. And I'm going to say... Yeah, that's espresso. Yeah, that is absolutely espresso. Yeah, I'm gonna let you choose. Like, the queen is like, yeah, whatever you want to do. If you want me to to spend money, I'm gonna spend money on this. I'm gonna buy you horses if you want. I will. Just ask me, and I'm gonna spend all the money. All you gotta do is ask. So you decide if you wanna handle it yourselves, or if you want me to step in and buy the horses. I will buy the horses if you ask me. Of course you can visit the horses and you can pet them. Oh wow. You wanna be self-reliant? That's good. That's good. Yes. Cannot buy horses from the enemy though? I mean, that's a good point. But I will do it. I will do it if you ask me to. Alright. Looks pretty decisively as if it's gonna be self-making destriers, so let's do this. That's true, Kane. Breed their own destriers in the marsh. It was about literal horses, yeah. It's a success! The bards get to work learning everything they can about horse husbandry and the best breeding techniques. Hopefully you will see positive results by next fall in season. Hell fucking yes. That's awesome. A new trend. Lord Patrician Efferville Bizarre is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. A what? It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. How much money you have, Ephra? You have 0. Absolutely 0 gold. Send him away. And don't waste my time like this again. Yeah, it's not a horse. I mean, this sounds like a noble thing. I'm not gonna intermingle with it. Send him away. Crabs, honestly. What is this kingdom coming to? We don't care for crabs. We are a royal. We don't step down to these kind of trends. Do they remember the great crab market crash? I'm not sure. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The patricians with champion gladiators from the arena. The grind is... I mean, we know them. Unfortunately, we can't recruit the March of Veterans. There's been a major scandal. Some of them were making up their military records. The medals were made of tin and the scars were from farming accidents. Jesus! They won't come to the capital until this blows over. You'll need to pick someone else. That is so bad. Or the fish market. And right before war too, yeah. Wow. Well, this is gonna be tough. I think it might be gladiators, actually, you know? I mean, yeah, Nuns... She has a southern lineage, but... The Nuns are not duelers. Whereas gladiators, she has fought in the arena. I think that she probably contracts the best gladiators she saw in the arena to be her personal guard, you know? We cannot get the mercenaries, can I? There's been a scandal. Oh, the mercenaries, you mean? Like foreign mercenaries? Fierce and loyal only to you? No, they're loyal to coin. Bit by decision. It's gotta be the gladiators. I'm gonna pick the best gladiators I saw and fought against in the arena to be my honor guard. And you know, these are probably even common men, so this is... You know, some of them are nobles, some of them are common men, and this is a great honor, and it goes to show that, you know, you can get great recognition. This is going to allow them to get songs for them. That's so good. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. Let's go. Auction time, everybody. First auction of the night. You know what to do here. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Boop! Exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are lowering stability by funding a prison with A, lowering military for the barons by funding a stadium with B, raising military for the grandees by funding a fortress with C. That would be lovely to see. Raising authority by building a monument with D, lowering farming for the patricians with a deer park by funding E, and lowering faith for the patricians with an observatory by funding F. Nelly Mulfield, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. How are you doing? I'm gonna let you know in what region you are in a second here. 10 seconds left. You are a patrician. Spend your money. Spend your money. Spend your money. All right, that's it. So what passed? Hell yeah. Lemon Square spending a good chunk of his money to build a fortress in the south. And then Kane building a prison. Not reassuring at all. Okay, let's go. Good stuff. Look at that military. Putting on a show? Okay. And a booming crop. Let's find the spouse. Let's get some... I think a lady. I'm thinking lady, you know? Thinking lady. Yeah, let's get a lady. Let's get a lady. For a second I was afraid there would be a straight monarch in this dynasty. Hasn't there been? We need at least one. So let's take a look at the show. What is the show? Hey, noble patrician Dr. Metalorg. Hello. Your August Majesty, I have the most wonderful solution to all that excess gold cluttering your treasury. We should put on a mock sea battle in the coastal arena. For too long, we've put up with gladiators fighting to the death on dry land. Boring. Well, don't maybe make a sexuality chart. Why not? Yeah, this is a pretty cool avatar. Yeah, this is the Bladesongiest thing that I've ever seen. Yep. How would that work? We waterproof the arena and fill it with seawater, then we crew a few custom-built ships with our most expendable gladiators and have them duke it out before a screaming crowd. Hell fucking yeah. Hell fucking yes. Let's do this. Let's hold the Moxie battle in the arena. Let's fucking do this, y'all. Let's fucking do this. This is gonna be awesome. It's probably Thalassus. The coastal arena is probably Thalassus, I would say. Wow, Baton. Why don't you support me? Is this a custom event? No, no, no. This is a normal event in the game, yeah. Yeah, we don't have customized events yet. Alright, looks like it's gonna be... we're gonna do it. Let's do this. Let's hold the Moxie battle in the arena. Good job, everybody. Oh, marvelous! I shall make the arrangements at once. A few weeks later, the Moxie battle is held in Thalassus. There you go. You watch from the royal box. Warzy, first and last warning, keep all caps to a minimum. I'm gonna buy 100 crabs and throw them in there. Two ships battling each other, tossed on artificial waves, gladiators swinging on ropes with cutlasses between their teeth, and naked spectators swimming across the arena and getting eaten by a shark. This show has everything you'd hoped for and more. A few competitors drown, of course, but that's what they signed up for. The show attracts tourists from across the kingdom and inspires a wave of patriotic peasants to join the coastal navy. A grand success. Hell fucking yes. I really want to run this, feel free to do it. Hell yeah. Where did they get the shark? From the sea? Duh. Alright. Booming crop! Your Majesty, the yields from the southern farms are extraordinary. I've never seen the like. The peasants have even hybridized a new variety of wheat, so dense that a single slice of bread sustains you for an entire day. We must assemble a team from the university to study this new crop. It could benefit the entire kingdom. The shark is a gladiator too. By the 9th, wait a moment. You can't spread our secrets to just anyone. I'll have you know that our produce is very much in demand. We're just in the middle of securing a wheat trade agreement with Tamerlane. These eggheads could disrupt things terribly. Oh. Oh, this is interesting. I think it's either A or C. At least pay them? I mean... it's... I don't know. My responsibility to take care of the good of the kingdom, so... Even though getting a good deal with Tamerlane could get us an ally against Ashmead. You know? So that's also consideration. So, right? Getting a good deal with Tamerlane could get us an ally against Ashmead. Let us leave them to it without interference. That's a good point, though. That is a good point. I think... I'm gonna do something. I'm going to veto C. And then I'm going to say it's either B or it's A, but if it's A, the 900 is going to be taken from the other regions, right? It's the other regions who are going to pay to get the wheat. So if they want to do this, I'm going to... Next tax season, I'm going to tax the grandees for 100 and the other two for 400 and get back the 900. So if you want to pay, if you, the nobles, want to pay to accommodate the scholars to get the wheat in your regions, to get farming higher, it's great. You're gonna pay for it though. Otherwise, I think we're gonna let them, the south, be self-sufficient. Oh wow, look at that. The Grandies actually want to help the other regions. That's cool. They're actually stepping away from the deal. Wow. As we march on our stomachs, because we are slugs. Shiny Gorks, hello and welcome, how are you doing? This is super cool to see the Grandies all vote for A. And all the Barons except for Kane vote for B. That's really cool. And I also fucking love that I can recognize the nobles based on the coat of arms. I love this so much. How warm is it for you right now? 32 degrees. Alright, let's go. 32 degrees in this room. The scholars are delighted, not least because they won't have to fund the expedition themselves. The Grandies grudgingly accept the stipend, which dwindles to a good amount once all the policy fees and paperwork is filed. But as knowledge of the southern wheat spreads across the kingdom, fields flourish. That's pretty good. The banking industry booms as the new wheat varieties help remedy starvation, the baking industry, in the poorest areas, and the health of the nation vastly improves. It's only 23 here in your warm. I wish it was 23. Okay, so very quickly, as we just said, so we only tax the Grandies by 100, and the other two regions by 400 each, so we get back the 900 that we just spent, but the kingdom is all the better for it. I love this. This is so good. This is so good. Noble kidnapped. Let's start with that one. Your Majesty, the loyal and noble Grandies' skeletal recondition has been taken a hostage. Oh, have they now? Have they now? Oh, the patricians didn't pay. I mean, I hadn't realized that not some patricians voted for that though, right? I hadn't really realized where the other regions voted. But I guess that's the ruling of the monarch. If you're not okay with it, you can rebel or try to do it. So, yeah, some patricians voted for it, right? You have ways to express your dissent. May the bandit keep. Skeletal recondition, you said, right? They're a middling family. They're a middling family. Not too prestigious, but a little bit prestigious. What would kidnappers want with him? It's some criminal organization. These horrid miscreants demand gold and safe passage to Ashmead in exchange for skeletal recondition's return. Safe passage to Ashmead, you say? Oh, I see. I see, Morgrim. Holy shit. You're right. We're not gonna pay them. I think there's only one thing to do here. The Cavaliers stand ready to hunt these kidnappers down. Just say the word. Do it. Do it. Bring them back into the flock. And by the flock, I mean kill him. We're not gonna pay a ransom. We're not gonna ignore this. It is our duty to rescue a noble. Because we need to protect the kingdom. Kidnappers the land I asked. Let's do this. Send the South's troops. The outlaws are no match for the South's forces, which rush to skeletal recondition's aid. During their raid, southern fighters even recover a hoard of golden gems shared between the treasury and the Grandies. Look at that! Oh my god! Skeletal recognition, welcome back with us. And that was a great test for the southern troops, right? Good stuff. Good stuff. Good job. Now let's get some bad news. Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered which is overflowing with millions of jewel crabs. Crab prices are crashing catastrophically. The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, Lord Patrician Efrabel Bizarre, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all his crabs at a huge profit just days before the crash. Something must be done. Oh, that makes sense, Maito. Jesus, you're right. You summon your council to discuss the crab price crisis. Many assembled nobles have invested heavily in the crab market and they're casting curious glances at the patricians' benches. 0 gold, arrest him? No, 0 gold means that they've spent it. That's good. So I think it might be bailing out. I see we let the coast suffer. But it's the whole coast suffering from the actions of a few individuals. I think this is one of those situations in which we bail out the failed businesses, and then remember that Efrabel Bizarre is not to be trusted. I think this is a stain on Efrabel Bizarre's family's honor. Yeah, many people lost money in the crash. It's not like the patricians all had some gains and everybody else was damaged. Hope that you're ready for Jewels Extra. I think that this episode is giving us a good few reasons for some duels. All right, let's do this. Not all the Grandies, Marmathor. Like, Grandies are actually for it, you know? Let's go. Bail out the failed businesses. Your help is appreciated by the patricians and the navy and the many ailing industries that are propped back up. Let us never speak of crabs again. Let us. If I did nothing wrong. Alright, eligible options. Let's see who we have here. 3 potential matches. Let's see them. They whisker the cloth from the first portrait. Oswin. This is Octavia from the coast. The wealthy heiress to low patricians steal 40k's estate. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous, and apparently she's got a silver tongue too. Okay. Steal 40k. Lineage, though, is not too prestigious. And they have common red blood origins, right? Yeah. She recently gave away half her fortune to the church, much to everyone's surprise. Going by her business history, though, it's not like she would have done anything useful with the money. What a burn. Could be a lot better. Bold. From the south, Andona, the eldest daughter of the Lelkitlenhentes lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Lelkitlenhentes, I think, is even less prestigious, right? Or is it more prestigious? 20, 28. Yeah, absolutely not prestigious at all. She's been in more duels than I can count and won them all, and she's got grand plans by all accounts. She wants to change the world. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then finally we have the Marshal's offering. Katya, scion of the prestigious Warzy 2 bloodline. The typical baroness, really loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Warzy, where are you? Warzy, I think Steel is the most prestigious one. She set up her own mercenary company for a while and did good business. That's all over now, though. She was high up in the army training her troops, but was dishonorably discharged for some reason. Sounds like a laugh. Show me Andona again. A jeweler. I think it's gonna be Andona. I think it's gonna be Andona, an active individual. Yeah, it's gonna be the Bold Bride. Andona of the South. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Oh, you're right, Ephra. Oh my god, you're so right. Yeah, the Red Bull is the most prestigious. Deep in the forest of the march, Baron Sitam has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends. The kingdom's fine. No one's calling for the queen's advisors to resign. We need to step it up. More chaos, more panic. And look at this. Look who it is. As if I didn't call for it, huh? So is Katya the reason for the veteran scandal? Maybe. Look who this is. Baton Holdfast, aka Battle of Kane. Dear cousin, what the fuck are you doing here? Then we can swoop in and offer the queen an olive branch. Yes, and if she doesn't want to take it, we'll shoot it from a crossbow at 200 yards. The Baron's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. God damn it, Baton. In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Tinameska, 2 grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Glorious ward, my friend. We have a faithful South and a friendly High Inquisitor. Mr. Dragon. And Lemsger Roberto, no! Now is the perfect time to expose the Queen's sins. I already have leads and information from inside the palace that we can use against the Queen. It's only a matter of time. We have the Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent among the other regions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must raise the other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8. Hey cousin, catch! So I think we're going for gamble here instead of Monarch's vote. Yeah, it makes sense. We married into the south. Royal wedding, blood money, and bowling season. Let's start with the royal wedding. Your wedding to Andona is naturally the talk of the kingdom. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Andona at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Yes, I do. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. At the feast, your new wife Andona delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. By the time you find yourself alone with Andona, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. A shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I can assure you the temples down in the south are much grander. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. Yeah. Of course not, I never get homesick actually. I can't abide people who waste time in dwelling on the past. Tell me something you're passionate about. Well, I'm a champion fighter, never been beaten in hand-to-hand combat. Each of my fingers has a kill count, actually. You are reusing this, Andona. You are reusing this. From Bologna. Yeah, you probably heard about Bologna, and you're using it again. That's very interesting, actually. Anyway, to continue on the subject, you gently fall asleep to the sound of Andona droning on about herself. Yeah, Andona Baluna. Big same. Let's get the foaling season going. Great news! The new foals have come in and our horse breeding program has proven successful. They're stronger than ever. Holy shit, yes! Of course it'll take a few years to reach maturity, but my fellow barons are very optimistic. A new generation of mighty war horses awaits. And what about the rest of us? Giving the barons a monopoly on war horses is irresponsible, I say. You can't trust them. Jesus. Oh, A would be absolutely great. You know? Like buying them for a fair price sounds more than reasonable. We're not gonna get free horses. That would be very rude. Yeah, right? I mean, the barons have done a great service to the kingdom by breeding these horses. The only reasonable price is free? I disagree. I strongly disagree. They've done the work. They should be paid. They should be compensated. I strongly disagree. And you may have realized at this point that this queen is very decisive, you know? She has very clear ideas on what's right and what's wrong, and she's not afraid of just expressing her opinion and imposing it with vetoes. Alright. Kane, I want to keep the horses! I believe in my people. Let's go. Fine, as long as we're properly compensated. Of course! Gold changes hands, and the barons send some of their new foals to their patricians and grandees. Everybody wins. Oh my god, look at this fucking kingdom. Look at this fucking kingdom. We are actually doing it, everybody. We are actually doing it. Amy, no! Amy, no! Oh, this is gonna get us some interesting RP. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Patricians were already broke. Well. Excuse me? Nothing is wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong in the coast. That calls for a celebratory glass of wine, I think. There's definitely not an old witch who lives at the border of my lands, and I definitely haven't been having money troubles. And most importantly, she didn't offer me a fortune in exchange for just a drop of my blood, an offer which I absolutely didn't accept. I'm confused. Ever since I didn't accept the witch's bargain, I haven't found myself obeying her every command. I definitely still a rule over my estate, not her. Furthermore, she didn't forbid me from telling you any of this, and I'm not using negative statements to bypass her magic. Hang on, I'm starting to think you mean the opposite of what she's saying. No, Your Esteemed Highness, that's not the case. I hate supporting my citizens and love being selfish with money. Well... yeah, let's fetch the court physician. After a week confined to a cold iron box with nothing to eat but salt, the magic stops affecting Lady Patricia Northwind so strongly. She's even able to talk about her ordeal directly. I always tolerated that bloody witch. She'd sell medicine to the peasants and help them find lost sheep. I never suspected she was capable of something like this. We need to call a vote, send a regiment to take back my stolen lands. Witches are dangerous, though. Witches are very dangerous. hey, congrats on the 15 stream streak, Kitty. Oh, we can test the new coast steeds, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's fucking do it. Oh, Amy is super strategist. You're right. You are so right. Yeah, we do help. We absolutely help. Let's do this. Yes. She's so self-sufficient. That sounds like something a noble would say. I love it. Oh, she's so self-sufficient, you have no idea. I wish I was half as self-sufficient as her. Yeah, no, I get it, but just... I read it out of context and it was just really funny. Yeah, no worries, Alexa. See you in a little bit. Alright. 60%. Let's do this. Please. No! Fuck! When the coastal troops arrive on Lady Patricia Northwind's estate, the land itself fights them. The soil swallows them whole, trees snatch them up and tear them apart. By the time they fight their way through the manor, the witch has already escaped, along with what remained of Northwind's gold. The peasants have no memory of their time under the witch's rule, but the churches have been burned, with profane messages scrawled on their charred walls, and the fields have been sown with salt. Tja. Bah. I went broke for these dumb horses that did nothing. Yeah, magic is our bane. We need to do some special training against magic. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, Lady Patricia Morgan Moon II has invited her closest confidants aboard her yacht. You said he has a surprise for me? Indeed, and here it is, behold! Your Majesty, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any... Quit babbling, you blowhard, this isn't the Queen. It's a peasant who's the Queen's spitting image. Remarkable and just in time. The Spymaster trusts us so much that she's not noticed that we're refitting civilian vessels into battleships. That means we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the Queen and putting this fool in her place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom to be in utter chaos, but enough that the Queen's abduction can slip past unnoticed. For the next stage of their scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Rating impossible, yeah. Yeah, the scheming a little less so, I agree. Rising tempers? A late night visit? And your distant cousin. You gotta be self-sufficient, cause I'm not gonna help you out. Let's go with rising tempers here. Civilian ships vile targets? No! Ah, Xacintha, I have something I need to discuss with you. That oaf, Lord Patrician Slout, challenged my honor, calling me a coward only fit to fight training dummies. I must regain my honor by fighting him at once. Of fucking course, Andona. Of fucking course. Give me a good kicking for me. Well, Slout. Upon my honor, I will. Not to worry. The very next day, Lord Patrician Slout is summoned to the fighting ring for the much-anticipated duel. I like the portrait, Slout. Are you ready, Andona? I shall enjoy putting you in your place. 428, hello and welcome and thank you for joining. How are you doing? You are Grandy. Oh, you're right. We got cousins in all 3 regions. You're right. Pretty handsome, right? I think we're gonna stay silent. This is very solemn. You bite your tongue and watch nervously. The two combatants circle each other like lions, their swords drawn and pointed at each other. Oh my god, yes! When they finally come to blows, the fight is over almost as quickly as it begins. A quick parry here, a thrust there, and suddenly Lord Patrician Slout is holding up his hands in a display of surrender. Anduna fighting with cautious fighting style. Well fought. You win. Anduna looks positively jubilant. She has proven her skill and vindicated the family name. Hell yes! Oh my god, this is fucking awesome. I love this. Y'all, Anduna, my wife, she's fucking cool, alright? GG is loud. Yeah, GG. Good fight. The game hates me. Yeah, something for the new RP summary. Exactly. Yeah. If you want to keep, like, I don't know if you're doing it already, but if you want to keep updating that with new events that come up, that would be the best. I think it was Kane, but anybody can just post anything. Let's see what this is. One evening, you're sorting through paperwork in your office when Lady Patrician Astral Projectile appears at the door, swaying slightly and stinking of booze. What? Athena, what the fuck? Your Majesty, it's just sorry to speak to you in this condition. Ninth above, woman, you're drunk. Guilty as charged. I just need to tell you, if the Archbishop asks about what happened to your chat, tell him I'll pay for a new one. I was desperate and privy was occupied. She stumbles away, knocking over a priceless vase. You make a mental note to charge them for the damage. Can't be lower. It's surely not a coincidence that the Archbishop arrives at your throne room the next day looking even grumpier than usual. And, most importantly, hatless. Your Majesty, there is a plague afflicted in this kingdom. A curse more powerful than any a wizard could cast. I speak of horrors of alcohol. People are spending their evenings in alehouses rather than in prayer. We must ban this vile vice. Oh, this is gonna be rough. We're not gonna make it illegal. We're gonna try to do something here. We're gonna, I would say, let's limit the opening hours of taverns. I think, yeah, we need it for events, right? So I think we limit the opening hours of taverns except in special conditions, circumstances, right? So if there is a tournament, they can be open 24 hours. I think we try, yeah, I think you're undermining the South's largest industry. Nah, we're just putting some regulations, right? Like, I suggest, we're not gonna make it illegal. I suggest we limit the opening hours of taverns, but it's really up to the nobles to decide what to do. We're not gonna make it illegal though. I suggest trying the experiment of limiting the opening hours and seeing how it goes, and if it goes bad we can always repeal it, right? Like, I think that's what the Queen would say. I would say let's limit the opening hours, and if it goes bad we just repeal it. Yeah. No, we're not gonna ban alcohol. No, we're not gonna do that. That calls for, you know, that's just looking for bad news. Alright, I'm gonna be counting down. This is very split. Look at the council. 12 to 10 and all regions are split. So I'm gonna count down from 5 here. And if you have not voted, definitely do vote here because it could be tied or overturned. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, it's 12 to 10 right now, 2, 1. And 0. 12 to 11. Very close. No such laws will be passed. The ninth god will judge this council, for he condemns so many of his worshippers to temptation. I'm so sorry, Archie. That's what the council decided. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hello. Is this uncle? Right? Your Highness, I have a matter of some delicacy to speak with you about. Good day, cousin. Oh my god, it's my uncle. Oh my god, Fitzalbert is your son. Helios, Fitzalbert is your son. This is my cousin and you're my uncle. This is so fucking perfect. This is so fucking perfect. The game knows. The game fucking knows. There is an event about my cousin and the one uncle that we have. The game, you know, gives me that. There's no way. It's Fitzalbert Blueberry added to the family tree. This is your son. It's so fucking good. How does this game do this? This is insane. Good day, cousin. How's the old kingdom going, huh? I always thought it looked like a lot of work, but I suppose you get a fancy hat. I don't, in fact. Lord Fitzalbert is your very, very decent cousin, about 50th in line to the throne. You haven't seen him in years. Good day to you both. Lord Fitzalbert's been staying at my estate for the last year, your majesty, but alas, there have been some financial impacts. Oh, so he's not. Or maybe he is, and he's not self-sufficient anymore. Yeah. He's been borrowing money from me for months, saying he'll pay me back when his luck turns. But now my coffers are bare. Yes, poor Katori Blueberry II couldn't even afford the... Poor dad couldn't even afford the little banquet to see me off. I'm sorry it's come to this, but I must petition the court for funds, your highness. I'm glad you're sorry, at least. How many kids are there in House Blueberry? Yeah, maybe it's a nephew. Lord Fitzalbert should not be put in the palace. It's either A or B. Uncle, I cannot do this. I'm so sorry, Uncle. I cannot do this, Uncle. Yeah, I think he should handle himself. I think he should sort this out himself, right? Self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency is the word. That's a very strong value for the nobles of this kingdom. And I think that Fitzalbert should learn how to do that instead of asking for people's support. Fitzalbert, get a grip. Get a fucking grip, Fitzalbert. Cousin Fitz was always a problem child. I bet he was. Alright, let's go. Lord Fitzalbert storms out in a noisy huff. Still, at least the treasure is safe from your cousin's grasp. He's of your blood, it feels shameful to disregard, but that doesn't mean you aren't doing the right thing. I completely agree. I completely agree. Auction time, everybody. Let's see, there's no military this time. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1. The treasury literally grew when you left. That's a sign. I mean, you're right. Helios, we'll see how to handle these in the future. All right, let's start this in 3, 2, 1. Go! Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are lowering stability with the prison by funding A, lowering trade for the barons with the Thieves Guild by funding B, lowering faith for the grandees with an observatory by funding C, lowering authority with a theater by funding D, raising farming for the patricians with an aqueduct by funding E, raising stability with a library by funding F. These are your options. I'm gonna let you know when there's 20 seconds left, which is gonna be in 3 seconds. So 20 seconds left now, and then I'm gonna let you know when there's 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left, y'all. In now! 10 seconds left now! And then I'm gonna let you know when there's 5 seconds left. No, because it's too late. So, do it now! Do it now! Spend your money! Spend your freaking money! What happened? What happened? Oh, nothing happened. Okay. So we got a library by Komori Kitsune spending all his money. And then we have Warzy spending some money, finally, to build a prison. The Barons do love their freaking prisons, huh? Cool stuff. Yeah, Komori spent all his money for a library. That's gonna be a pretty important library. Awesome. Yeah. Darn it, game. Ramblings at the university. You're complaining, cousin? God damn it. Let's try to have an heir first. Your marriage to Undone has grown strong and steady like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. We will... Will we get a cousin, or... I think we're gonna have a child together. What the fuck not? Yes, let's do this. Let's do this. Adopt feats. No. We won't do that. Let's solve this cousin situation here. Interesting news from the south. Do all your family reunions go this well? Is my cousin travel again? You could say that. Lord Fitzalbert has decided to tell everyone that you're unwilling to give someone of your own blood funds on which to survive. It's stirring up bad feeling against you. Better to nip this in the bud before it gets out of control. I'm gonna challenge him to a duel. I'm gonna fucking reprimand him for his insolence. I'm going to absolutely do that. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna... I would duel him if I could. So ads, okay. Yeah, we'll say this reprimand is a duel. Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for the ads to be over, which should be now. So we're gonna reprimand him, the crap out of him, and I would absolutely duel him if I could. So we can say that reprimanding is dueling here. Yeah, it's just Fitzalbert saying, oh, the queen doesn't want to pay her own blood to survive. Yeah, I'm gonna reprimand him with a sword, exactly. I think it would be dueling, fencing. Because he's from the south, right? So I'm going to challenge him to the thing he's arguably better at, to put him in his place. Maybe Noel can reprimand him if needed, and that can be another gameplay duel. I mean, his family though, right? Like, his royal blood. You know, so it could still be okay to duel him. But if somebody wants to be a champion, go ahead. Let's say that if the monarch wins, then the queen fought. If the queen lost, then it's due to a champion. Warzy? Yeah, sure we can. There you go. Maybe you have to change it again for some reason. I mean, you have to change it before I start the game. that in mind. I think the queen would find it cathartic to chase him around with a rapier. Definitely. Okay, let's see if we have luck. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! You send a stern letter to Lord Fitzalbert, chiding him for his behavior. You do not hear anything back. Perhaps a storm is brewing. Wow! So, who wants to be my champion who failed? Yeah, a duel was lost. A duel was lost. Pass. Who wants to fall in a story? Not necessarily, right? Maybe that's she challenged and he rabbited? No, that would be a win. But he see the regard. Oh, that would be really good. That, yeah, what Lurk said. Oh, that's really good. Maybe I won, but he didn't accept the loss, and he's still talking shit behind my back. Oh, that's really good. That would make him even angrier, you know? I like it. I really like that. Let's see how the next event goes, and then decide if that's actually the case, but I really like how that sounds. Yeah, I really like what Lurk said. When I was there, apparently active smiling meant my noble couldn't exist in this game. I have no idea. Your Majesty, we've been hearing disturbing rumblings from the university. What manner of rumblings? Nasty rumors of secret nighttime meetings in one of the older libraries. The rumor is they are examining the rules of succession. The very rules that put you on your throne. Who knows what conclusions they may come to? Mordor. She doesn't care for me. Yeah. She doesn't give a shit about me. Leave the scholar so that it work, they're harmless. We need a spy to uncover the secret. Summon a scholar immediately. I think we summon a scholar. Molotov is a one-person dog? What do you mean? What is that? Oh. No, she likes me. No. She likes both of us in different ways. Clara is the owner, I am the other dog. You know, I'm the playtime buddy. I have a very vivid image in my mind of Xacintha II sending the swan to duel Fitzalbert. So I think we summon a scholar here. But I'm not sure. The other dog, yeah. That's what I am. I'm the playtime buddy. Un grattino. Ah. Oh, this is close. 6-10. Nobles are indecisive. The Grandies apparently want to confront the scholars immediately, huh? Alright. Alright. 8 to 12. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 9 to 12, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 9 to 12. Let's go. Summon a scholar immediately. The university acknowledges your request, but no scholar appears that day, or the day after, or the day after that. We're gonna fuck him up. We're gonna fuck him up now. Deep in the south, a grandee paces back and forth along the balcony of his hillside villa. I'm told that progress is slow. How could they be so blind, trusting in that fool of a queen after everything she's done? The grandee's aim is to raise the other region's combined defiance to 8 or more. I mean, do you really have a reason to be defiant now? Yeah, they ghosted us! Somewhere along the coast, Lady Patricia Morgrimmoon II strolls in her olive grove, accompanied by a close friend. The kingdom is not exactly peaceful, but there's still no way we could stage the abduction of the queen without being noticed. Alexa, why would you do this to me? We need chaos! The patrician's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Yeah, apparently you have an olive grove. We're going to do just a common tax here, because you never know. What is this? A capital proposition, falsely accused. Let's fuck up the scholars first, though. Your Majesty, I wanted to see someone from the you wanted to see someone from the university? Finally. Yeah, I think that she's pissed. Finally. You're very late. The purpose sends her humble apologies, Your Majesty. We were engaged in epoch-defining work. Right. Tell me what's going on at the university. Gladly, Your Majesty. We're investigating the poetry of the Trollen folk, researching the properties of very large sextants, training beetles to use corkscrewers. Stop speaking immediately. The scholar nods without much courtesy and then hurries back to the university, clearly worried that he has funneled behind with his work. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted stop speaking. And I wanted him to stop speaking and then ask him what the fuck is going on. You know, it was supposed to be a threat. It didn't carry through. God damn it. Ghosted again. Fuck. Well, let's take a look at the capital proposition. Huzzah! Our soldiers are renowned through the kingdom and beyond. We've awarded so many medals they can serve as full plate mail in a pinch, my liege. Granted, we've had our issues with them getting restless, but even so, they've gone from strength to strength. We're so back. Why don't I transfer some of our best troops to help police the capital? They'd improve security and show the martial army for what it is, the pride of the kingdom. Yeah, exactly, sweet. You want to station soldiers in the capital? Your esteemed highness, think of the threat to your security. Let us make use of them instead. Yeah, you're not supposed to take me literally. Don't they teach you this stuff? Oh, this is so good. Y'all, we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna do this. We're then to help out the patricians, right? Yeah, there was a scandal with the veterans, so it's a new fashion thing, probably. Gogo Armani, the best. This is our opportunity to get the military so fucking back, y'all. This is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is it. Wrong vote. No, bomb viewer, no. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The council is united. Mostly. I personally abstain. Apologies. It's alright. It's alright. No worries. Looks like it's gonna be B. Yeah, Ashmead is starting to be worried, I think. Grumbling, the barons sent some of their less decorated troops over the coast. The martial soldiers soon whip the local troops into shape. As squads of martial infantry parade proudly through the villages, coastal peasants flock to admire them, keen to hold their own spears and wear their own plumed helmets. Many join up on the spot. Cows go on milk and fields unplowed, but the army ranks swell with enthusiastic recruits. Hell yes. We are so back. The Martius plumed helmets. We are so back. Let's see what falsely accused stands for. Oh! My liege, I bring bad news from our newly constructed prison in the marsh. Hello, Kitty Cathy. One of the prisoners, a murderous rogue by the name of Woofus Spurt, has escaped. His location is currently... Last Crusader, hello and welcome. Yeah, these stats, these regions are... Huh. The double doors bang open. A grubby-looking peasant strides into the council hall, escorted by an anxious watchman. In this room? Sorry, Your Majesty, he said it was urgent, and it was pretty persuasive. Your Majesty, I swear I'm innocent. Baroness Kitty Cathy II threw me in prison on Trump-top charges, simply because I said I didn't like her hat. Ha! Your Highness, I have no idea what this fool is talking about. Okay. So throw the... What are you doing? Oh, okay. What are the options here? Woofus is a pretty good name, right? Xacintha and Golden Era is blossoming like a fine horse during a gallop alongside the Ashmead border. Throw this foolish peasant back in prison. Free Woofus in prison? No. Ask the spymaster to investigate further. Allow both Baroness Kitty Cathy and the peasant to go free. I mean, throw the peasant back in prison, right? We don't care about peasants. I'm gonna forbid you from throwing the Baroness into prison, because that's absolutely not what we do. But yeah. Get the peasants out of my view. What do we care? Yeah, it's a nice hat. I agree. What the fuck? Maito doesn't like the hat, because it has swan feathers on it. It's the word of a peasant against the word of a noble. We shouldn't really care. Oh, but this isn't Sai, you're right. You're right. It's Catalina. 10-9, this is very close, y'all. Chain pack refugees. 10-9, so I'm gonna count down from 5. You have not voted. You can vote here, and this is super important. You could tie the vote, you could change its result, so vote, vote, vote if you haven't. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 11 to 10, 2, 1, 11 to 11, and 0, 11 to 12. In one of my reigns, a peasant didn't like a noble's hat who wasn't really wearing a hat. I don't like that you are not wearing a hat. By the 9th, my liege, you're going to investigate me on the word of this peasant? I agree, it's insane. Your spymaster slips away to investigate this matter. When she returns, she's holding a hat. There's no doubt about it, Your Majesty. I actually quite like the hat. It's stylish. But Woofus Spurt was imprisoned on spurious charges simply for insulting it under his breath. Now what are you going to do about it? Everybody, I don't think this changes much. Yeah, still clashed it, but that was a false vote, which is actually kind of sucks. Yeah, joust him and be done with it. Trample him. I don't care. Yeah, your investigation found me innocent. No, you can't do this. Thank you, Your Highness, for listening to reason. Truly, you are most wise. The false imprisonment of Woofus Spurt enrages the peasantry, but at least it reinforces the message that the Queen's justice cannot be overturned. It's a peasant. Yeah, exactly. We'll make his cell nicer. We'll... Yeah. Kind of tyrannical, if you ask me. It's just a peasant. It's just a peasant. It is just a peasant. I had decided before even knowing what would have happened there. Like, honestly, yeah, it's up to the barons, right? Like, the thing is that with the monarch takes care of kingdom-wide issues. This was a local issue. I trust the barons judgment. Do we want golden choice here? I don't think we do. I think we're good like this. Oh no, not the comet. Not the fucking comet. Your volatile cousin. Let's do the comet first. Manager maid, hello. A blood red comet was spotted in the night. In the night sky over the coast, Your August Majesty. The citizens are claiming it is a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? I mean, that's absolutely true, Shiny. If they just had said the truth right from the start, I would have been like, okay, yeah, who gives a shit? It is a good thing, Morgan. I'll tell them there's nothing to worry about. You deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the coast. The comet isn't a good or bad thing, just a thing. Probably Ninth God riding a chariot or whatever. Fortunately, the common folk take you at your word. After all, if the queen says something, you'd better listen. The peasants go back to work in the fields, ignoring the comet entirely. You know, during the speech, I probably make some kind of a joke along the lines of, and if the comet comes down giving us any trouble, I will joust it. I will challenge it to a joust and put it in its place. Don't worry, my dear peasants. And now I really hope we don't get the fucking meteor. Can Catalina duel Kitty? If Kitty is down with it, yeah, absolutely. I'd like to take this chance to remind everyone of the demons we unleashed from the vault with our true expedition at the start of the dynasty. Perhaps those demons, after so long preparing, are ready to attack. Hopefully not. Hope we get the meteor. I don't. Peanut Person's comment. It was just a joke. It was just a joke, everybody. The Spymaster strolls into your library while you're reading, dragging your cousin Lord Fitzalbert by the scruff of the neck. A moment, Your Majesty. What in the world happened now? Lord Fitzalbert wriggles half-heartedly with a sulky scowl. I've intercepted a number of threatening letters from your cousin, Your Majesty. Nothing of concern, but recently he hired an assassin against you. A very poor one at that. Why would you do this? You've treated me dreadfully. Why shouldn't I move against you? The so-called assassin was nothing but an amateur. Frankly, I'm amazed he didn't trip over and stab himself before I got the chance. But your cousin's actions raise concerns. Yeah, Fitzalbert definitely lost that duel and then tried to kill Xacintha. I agree. Put him in a monastery in the south? Imprison him, exile him. I'm actually kind of down with all of these, you know? Exiling to Ashmead. Monastery would be fitting. I don't want him to inherit my estate. Yeah, we don't want Ashmead to have a claim to the throne. That's what I'm thinking too. I think I'm gonna let you choose. Wait, what would Xacintha do? Monastery, not really under control. Exile him to Ashmead wouldn't be great. I think it would be in prison. I think it would be in prison, yeah. I think it would be in prison. Yeah, I think it would be in prison. Yeah. Yeah, fuck this guy. Exile him and give the blueberries life based on his power, yeah. What was the name of that card that allowed you to get a land instead of getting life? Yeah, no, definitely don't want to send him to Ashmead or Kurth for what matters. Path to Exile, yes, thank you. Alright. Imprisoning it is. Lord Fitzalbert is hauled away to the dungeons, shouting about injustice. The story spreads, getting wilder as it goes. Soon, rumor has it that you tortured and killed him for talking back at your dinner, back to you at dinner. At least your cousin is out of your hair now. You need think of him no more. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Too much crime! Your Majesty, the courts are overloaded. They simply can't fit any more prisoners into their prison cells. But that's the problem? Okay. Build more prisons. That's an easy choice. That's a very easy choice. That's a very, very easy choice. Yeah, we just build more prisons. What's the matter? How do we not have enough prisons? Yeah, how many prisons have we built so far? Morgrim? Wait, I actually might have that. Yeah, I do have it. So we currently have 8 prisons. It's the most constructed building, and I think we have 2 more built today, right? Yeah, I think we might need more horses, more jousting fields. I think it's 2. Hey, Darth Doom, hello. Would you say... I think sternly paternalistic, definitely. Yeah, let's get more prisons. But then I decide who does not need to be there. Thank God. Yes, Your Majesty, I'll send a letter right away. Construction gets underway at top speed. Soon, new prison buildings spring up around the capital, looming over the river. Citizens hurry past, avoiding lingering too long. So now we have like a dozen prisons all over the kingdom that have been built. We really don't care about peasants in this dynasty, huh? Oh boy. A growing crowd? And a rogue golem. What's the crowd about? What's the crowd about? I don't know if they did. I don't know. Your Majesty, something is definitely happening at the university. People are massing outside the library of old law. People? Wait, this is the... Oof. Which would be the answer here? Sending soldiers, right, is a little bit of an overreaction. Like, I would first want to understand what is happening. I think this is kind of ironic, right? Yeah, no, I agree. Maybe, or worse, they may be being educated. The law is too precious to leave to scholars or the people, surely. I kind of agree. Burn down the library? Nope. The university stands for truth-related work. Arrest a scholar, and we'll get some answers. Yep, we will just do that. Let's get the scholars. That's what we do. That's what we do. We're not gonna burn down the library, y'all. We're not gonna do that. That's a little bit too much. That is talking of overreactions. Yeah, Xacintha and Ismay really drive banter, exactly. Y'all, we arrest the scholar and we solve it that way. Nobles of the council, you need to be reasonable here. You need to be reasonable here, nobles. Just leave them to their job? What? What is this? What is this? I'm gonna count down from 5, but we should arrest them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 vote for C to tie it, and 0. Alright. This is the worst choice ever. This is the worst choice ever. I will burn it down. You did this. You did this. I want you to know that you did this. No, you didn't leave me any choice. Everyone loves a bonfire. As the flames rise from the Library of Old Law, people gather round, drink cider, and toast apples on sticks. Only the scholars weep for the loss. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I had a choice for sedition. Sedition is not an option. You gave me an option. Like you, dear council members, left me with an option, with 2 options. One was to have a harsh overreaction in order to guarantee the stability of the kingdom. The other was to give way to sedition. It is my duty to rule this kingdom in the most possible effective way and to guarantee that it can stand strong here 500 years from today. How do you think that would have happened if we had let the rule of law crumble? No. I just wanted to arrest a scholar and you prohibited me from doing it. You are going to take responsibility for your actions. You won't pin this on me. Yes, I gave the order, but you put me in the position to give this order. It's a momentary drop in stability, but we will recover this. You know, Swede, the way I imagine this, the way I imagine this is, I think there was a very long, angry silence from the Queen. I think the Queen very reasonably explained, let's just arrest one scholar, and kept arguing about arresting one scholar, just like I did, trying to push the nobles to do that. And then when the nobles precluded that option and left her with the 2 choices, she just stared them down one by one in fury before giving the order. This is on you as much as it is on me. I'm not saying I don't have any responsibility, but it is on you as much as it is on me. You have to accept your responsibilities too. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... I think it's my daughter. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause by designating an area to maintain the stability of the kingdom. Your Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Blue Book, you're very freaking cute. Her name is Xacintha III. I abstain from voting. Yeah, that's on you too. Why do they all go mad? I love how you're just spinning this around. You had no evidence of treason? I was trying to find some. Praise be your majesty, I'm sure little Xacintha III will grow up to be a chief of the old block. Congrats on finding an heir, now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Rogue Golem. Komari. Didn't you dismiss the scholar in rage? No, that was miscommunication. I didn't want the scholar to leave. I think I made that clear. Sorry? Alright. So, a rogue golem has crossed into a territory of the Ashmeaden border, Your Highness. This could be an exciting opportunity. Come on, Marshall joke. Yeah. This will be a big split between people who see Xacintha II as a queen placed in an impossible position and those who see her as the brutal tyrant. Yep, I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. Why did it cross over here? It was instructed to dig a trench, but evidently not told when to stop. It had dug a 1,600-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. Could even turn it against Ashmead. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the patricians and grandees. Golems are an offense to the Ninth God, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. Do we need golems? Do we need golems? I mean, if we use it for military purposes, for sure. I still cannot believe. I still can't believe you voted you voted for those two options. I actually have no idea why y'all voted for those two options. Like, I would love to know why that vote was so split, because it seemed like it's such a natural choice to me. Like, I'd love to hear some reasons. Like, why did so many people vote for burning down the library? Yeah, the votes were pretty split, exactly. Like, I can understand people voting to leave the scholars alone, but I would love to know the reasoning behind people voting to burn the library. Why didn't you veto an option? Because I didn't. Ironically, because I did not want to be tyrannical. I don't even know if I had the veto option up, but I don't think I would have vetoed that, because I thought that was out of the table entirely. They wanted to lower stability. Oh, they were voting to win then. I see. I see. I see. Massive people gathering for nuclear season isn't sedition to me. It's a weird new fad going on. I see. Yeah, no, I read the idea of people supporting scholars, and yeah. It's insane to me. Alright, so... Yeah, I did have veto, right? Because it's the same turn, so yeah. I definitely don't think we use it for labor. I'm kind of thinking... I think it's either B or D, to be quite honest. Personally, I voted to leave them alone because they simply hadn't broken any laws or doing anything wrong. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Like, I could have seen in you know, some discussion for B, but A, I can see no actual RP reason except for winning. That's not an RP reason. Which is why I'm so surprised that so many people voted for it, right? Like, we occasionally get some new people who vote to win, but usually they're not enough to unbalance a vote like this, so I'm just very surprised. No, it's the library of old law, not of new law. Anyway, let's vote on this. It's the library of old law. Like, the way Xacintha sees things, the way that option B was framed, she could never agree with it. Like, the value that option B presented was, the university speaks for truth. Let it be. That's not what she believes. That's not what she believes at all. She thinks that the university is a tool. But it's not absolute truth, because if it would be, then the university should be ruling instead of the monarch. So, given the fact that, like, she didn't vote for A because she absolutely wanted to burn down the library, but because the other option was something that she could never agree with. So let's go. Destroy it. Oh wow. Okay. Huh. By the 9th, this was our only chance to even the playing field between us and Ashmead. You're all fools. The errant golem is smashed to pieces with hammers. It's for the best, most likely. Dear Komori, we're doing good. We're doing really well. Auction time, everybody. Auction time. One more opportunity to fuck up the kingdom or raise its stats. Not really, just raise one stat. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh no, wait, there's some ads. It looks like, so I'm gonna wait. Alright. Auction time, we were saying. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Boop! Exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are raising farming for the barons with an aqueduct by funding A, lowering stability with a prison by funding B, lowering farming for the grandees with the deer park by funding C, lowering faith for the grandees with an observatory by funding D, raising stability with the library by funding E, and lowering military for the patricians with a stadium by funding F. Library would be the start of the new library of law, I would say. Like, if E passes, 20 seconds left, I would say that that's the beginning of the new library of law being built. It would be so thematic that it starts right after the burning. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Alright, what happened? What happened? Another prison? Wait, Lurks spent some money. Lurks is usually very... Oh, Lurks spent a lot of money on this. Building more prisons. Good stuff. And then we have Steel spending all his money to rebuild the library. That's cool stuff. Kaji, we're often all on the same page. While we're often all on the same page with events, I do think this is an instance where you might not be seeing it from all perspectives. Yeah, but that doesn't mean there are other opinions on that event aren't. Oh no, absolutely. I absolutely understand and respect other opinions on that. I just cannot see them. That's why I was asking for them. Seeing the Shiva scheme is part of larger RP of the Nobles plan, not just what's going on in that particular event. It might be unexpected, but that doesn't mean it's not legitimate. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to undermine the legitimacy of that choice. I'm just trying to understand it because it just, you know, it came out of left field. We have many libraries in the kingdom. Like, it seemed so extreme to me that I really couldn't fathom how people would go for that, so I was trying to understand what was the reasoning behind it. That's awesome, Maito. Yeah, I think that this might be the start of the rebuilding. I think we're just gonna call it that way. Wait, are we gonna get the summer games again? So, let's do an invitation first of all. Your Majesty, you absolutely must come down to the coast next year and experience the summer games for yourself. It is the only social event that matters. If you aren't in attendance, well, it would simply be a crime. Of course, how could I say no? Oh, this is simply wonderful. It has been so long since a queen attended the games. Last time, as I recall, they were assassinated. Not to worry, Your Majesty, I'm sure it won't happen to you. Yeah, we should go. Let's do ambition here. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the architect of a new golden age. You've succeeded on that front. The kingdom has never been more prosperous. Well done, Your Majesty. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? It's an ancient, lost artifact forced by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any queen who recovers it will rule over a golden age. My advice, on the other hand, will be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own, but the Chancellor has other ideas. We will, indeed, recover the Scepter of Sages. Yes! Yes! Yes, we will fucking do this. This gives us legitimacy and hopefully gives us some wisdom too. And I also imagine, you know, for some reason I could see the scepter as also being maybe inside the vault there are some dusty tomes that were written by Alma the Wise, you know, and from them we can start rebuilding the library. Oh, Kalimak also got it. You're right. Irritating visitors? What's this? Your August Majesty, I simply can't stand it any longer. I need you to do something. Whatever is the matter. I feel the peasants scrabbling all over my newly built library, pulling at candlesticks, knocking over bookshelves. This is so perfect. Just like they were having access to the other library, they're now pretend to have access to this one. They've heard, oh no, they've heard legends of buried treasures beneath the site. Total nonsense, of course. I need you to keep these greedy treasure grubbers off my land. Actually, these rumors might not be nonsense. After conquering the coast, King Arl the Great is said to have buried a huge stash of stolen loot, spoils of war in the area. What are you suggesting? We could search for the treasure ourselves, send a team of diggers to take the place apart, brick by brick, and dig deep into the foundations. By the 9th, what are you saying? That would destroy the whole place. We won't take these apart. I say B. We will not take this building apart. I will make amends. I will make amends. We will not destroy the new library. That's out of question. Yeah, no, we won't. We won't. We won't. We won't do it. I am for posting sentries, but whatever you decide, my dear council. Whatever you decide, I'm sure it's gonna be the best choice. I think they just need to learn how to use a library. Alright, 8 to 10, this is actually pretty close. 9 to 10, I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Oh, it's a tie! We have martial soldiers we can provide as good sentries. I would agree with that. I say let's play sentries. Your August Majesty, to build something and then tear it apart would be completely foolish and waste of precious noble well. Wait. Okay. Okay, so it worked, I guess. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. Yeah, it must be bugged, right? We're gonna do a common tax here. Just ordinary stuff. They inhale a lot of smoke. Yeah. Yeah, probably a bug. Sure, go ahead. Let's start with the workers. By the way, I'm super curious to see how that gesture will be interpreted in the RP. I'm so curious. Because if you think about it, except for that, sorry, the burning down of the library, right? Except for that thing, Queen Xacintha has been incredibly beneficial to the kingdom. So I really want to see the kind of interpretations and stories that will come out of that. But let's continue. Your esteemed Highness, I need help with my laborers. The coast is prosperous and living conditions are improving, but they still want more. They've gone on strike, demanding better pay in fewer hours. Many have thrown down their tools and started squatting on my property. You should deliberate with the council. My humblest thanks, Your Serene Highness. No, it wasn't the entire university, it was just a library. Yeah, right, like that's the thing. Some people are gonna say that's on the council, some people are gonna say it's on the monarch, so I'm really curious to see what will happen there. So... I think it's either A or B here. I think it's gonna be either A or B. Oh, there will probably be blood, yeah. There's lag. Small frog. Still frogging. Are we still frogging? I don't know. Let's continue. I think it's A or B. And the Queen would probably be cautious here and try to issue a proclamation before sending the troops. Nah, 'twas but a small frog. Yeah, I think the Queen wouldn't want to anger, to inflame people. Thank you, Your Majesty, to build... Oh, okay. Ah, okay, I see. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you want me to send the coastal troops now? Give them what they want? Really? Six to 4 to 5. This is super close. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 to 6 to 7, and 0. What happened? Voting tide at 7. Which ones though? Troops and give them what they want. You really want me to be the bad guy, huh? I'll take it. The patricians employ one of their regular mercenary companies to move into Manager Maid's land and break the strikes. They scatter the disorganized peasants easily. There is some bloodshed, but the workers soon return to their jobs, muttering rebelliously against the nobles and the crown alike. No, I choose to be the efficient monarch. And that's why I am the monarch, and you are the nobles. And I'm above you. Tialis, what's up? The Marcher winter has been especially cruel this year, Your Majesty. I can still feel it in my bones. A lesser monarch would... fall prey to sentiment and choose options that would damage the kingdom. Xacintha II won't. Settle down and warm up. It's not just about me. In the March, the river's frozen and people won't work for fear of frostbite. My butler touched an iron fence post and lost his entire finger. Okay. Alright, easy choice. Any of these options are good. Whatever the nobles think is the best way of helping. Yeah, House Blueberry can accommodate for sure. Oh yeah, no, I was absolutely speaking in character there, yeah. I was absolutely speaking like, yeah, I was doing a little bit of the role play there. Ionia would want C. Dory, however. 7-6-6, 7-6-8. This is incredibly close. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Order the Grandees to send any surplus food. The Grandees gather vast amounts of food from their own harvest and load it onto wagons. It's a tricky business rolling them into the marsh, but the people are delighted. Barons and peasants alike hole up in their homes, comfortable until the winter passes. No idea, hello and welcome, how are you doing here? We're approaching what might be the last event of the night. Your Majesty, I have the most exciting news. Our hired adventurers have discovered an ancient manuscript hidden deep beneath the mountains. It speaks of the Scepter of Sages, and it was written by Queen Alma herself. Worried about what would happen to the kingdom after she died, she hid the Scepter of Sages so her enemies couldn't find it. Good work, treasurer. It's in a warren of caves within the Blackwheel Forest, Your Majesty, near to the capital. It's been under our noses this whole time. I've taken the liberty of sending out more adventurers. They'll clear the area and get inside. Excellent. Send them on their ways. As you wish, Your Majesty. As soon as the adventurers return, the treasurer comes to tell you the news. And this first one is 100% for sure. There you go. Have they found anything? Most delightful news, Your Majesty. The adventurers have found a golden door beneath the forest, which matches the description in Queen Alma's manuscript. So have we got the scepter? The scepter should be hidden within. The Scepter of Sages can be found only by a monarch who is strong of purpose and true of heart. How do you prove it? Ever practical. Queen Alma wrote a ritual for the monarch to prove themselves worthy of the scepter. If we go to the cave, I can read out the relevant passages while you set it all up. You do make the arrangements. Bring in a procession of horses, food, drinks, adventure guides, and a little traveling desk for the treasurer to the Blackwheel Forest. Your wife comes too, riding beside you. This is such a wonderful chance for the kingdom. The scepter will bring in a golden age. The adventurers lead you inside the cave, holding flaming torches to light your way. Soon the tunnel grows horribly cramped and you bend double to squeeze through. Don't worry, Xacintha. We'll pull together and get through it. You walk for what feels like hours. Just as you might have lost hope, you reach a golden door exactly as the adventurers described. It will open only for the faithful. Close your eyes, Your Majesty. Concentrate. This is a 90% roll. If we fail these, it might be a fucking sign. that Alma doesn't really agree with what happened. If it's an instant pass, it's a consecration. So yeah, 90 has failed before. I think that if we pass, it's gonna be like a pardon, right? From Alma. If we fail this, it's gonna be Alma saying, actually, no. No. Yeah, I heard you doing shit to my library, exactly. So, let's see what it is. Let's breathe. It's a success. Alma forgives us. A bright golden light flares behind your eyes, but you keep your breath steady. We hold the GGs. You hear the door rumble open. When you open your eyes, the tunnel ahead is utterly dark. Even the torches do not illuminate you. As soon as you step into the chamber, the torches snuff out. A hideous scream echoes from below. The adventurers scramble into a protective stance while the treasurer wails. But this is awful, dreadful. I should have stayed in my office. It's not so bad. Quite nice to get out in the fresh air. This is hardly fresh. It's stale and horrible. Do we even have enough of it left? I think it's just... Shh. Sorry. I'll still calm. You put out your hands and feel your way along the wall. Then your fingers touch something. Could this be it? As you grip the scepter, it glows gold, chasing away the dark shadows of the chamber. It looks like a simple wooden staff, like any peasant might use for walking, but the glow is as bright as the sun. It's the scepter, Your Majesty. You've done it. I wish I had written a speech for the occasion. This is absolutely astounding. Alma may understand that sometimes a monarch must make tough decisions. Right? Yeah. Like, I think this adds another layer to the stories that, and interpretations that will come out of this. You know, and I think that with these feet, I'll destroy my enemies? No. I'm conquering the world? No. I think it would be I'm eliminating poverty. I think it would be I'll right the kingdom's wrongs. I think this is what she would say. First things first, I'll right their kingdom's wrongs. Goodness, well, we must call the nobles first and tell them the good news. Bearing the scepter, you make your way through the tunnels and back into the sunlit forest. As soon as you return to the capital, you call the nobles to the council hall. Go straight in to make the announcement. The treasurer holds a velvet cushion upon which the Scepter of Sages sits. It looks small and ordinary, but you sense the weight of its history. Anduna strides at your side, looking very pleased with herself. Behind you, your heir Xacintha III toddles along, hand in hand with her governess. What's going on, Your Highness? Why have we been brought here? I have some good news. The nobles fall silent as you ascend to your throne and settle yourself comfortably. I think Alma would be completely against burning down a section of the university, though. I think that's up for interpretation, which makes it even more interesting. No! Amy, no! Queen Xacintha II has descended into the darkest depths of the Blackwheel Forest and has retrieved the Scepter of Sages. Excited and worried whispers ripple around the council hall. As bearer of the Scepter of Sages, the Queen has sealed her destiny as Queen Xacintha II the Enlightened. How do we know it's real? It could be any old staff. The scepter begins to glow, bathing the council hall in warm golden light. The nobles gasp and fall silent. Beside you, Xacintha III claps her hands in delight. Praise the Ninth, that's extraordinary. It becomes clear that even the grumpiest of nobles will never dare speak against you while you bear the Scepter of Sages. Finally, you are secure in your throne and in your kingdom. Your victory is here, but your future has only just begun. Good game, everybody. GG. Good game. This was a fucking interesting one. Let's talk about this in the next screen. GG. The barons attempt to replace the queen's advisors never panned out. One night, Baron Sitam awoke to find his smiling spy master holding a knife to his throat and kindly asking him to desist. The grinders continued to throw accusations of witchcraft and heresy at their enemies. Everyone gradually learned to ignore them. All that remained of the patrician's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the palace, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumor. Backed by the scepter's power, Queen Xacintha II's rule spanned another 15 years of peace and stability. A golden age of prosperity swept over the kingdom. In her will, the queen instructed that the scepter be reburied, to be claimed only by a worthy successor. Bidden once more approaches the throne, causing congratulations. You know I always believed in you. Never doubted for a second, you hypocrite. Queen Xacintha II, the absolutist. And this makes a lot of sense, right? The horse. I think there were some stage 2 things. No. I think there were yeah. No. Stage 2 happened. Like the Grandees advanced their scheme, for instance. Richest noble is sparse corruption. No wonder, and no surprise there. Honest Wheat is the poorest one. Oh my god, she's so goddamn stunning. Oh my god! She's fucking beautiful. And pink hair, yeah. She's beautiful, y'all. Oh my god. Richest is corruption, poorest is honest. You're right. That's so good. She's so fucking beautiful. Yeah, the corruption family must have no prestige at all. I mean, makes sense. I really like this monarch. I really liked it. Like, it really felt like playing a monarch who would definitely not bend, you know? Sienna versus the throne. Congrats, my liege. You proved yourself just as certain Kalimico once did. Your reign will be prosperous and why. Thank you. All word of mouth, yeah. This was very interesting. I think that she did everything right in her power to make the kingdom better, you know? She helped recover the kingdom in a better way, to put the kingdom back in a better position, but Ninth Monarch bringing the kingdom into Golden Age. You're right. You're right. But I'm sure that it's going to be a very discussed monarch, you know? I think that I'm not even sure where I would put this queen. Because she did wonderfully, but also who the hell was she, really? Yeah, she did so much right for the peasants while also doing everything wrong for the peasants, right? And I think that the first sign that her rule might not have been as oh god, I'm thinking Italian now. How do you say that in English? Like a bed of roses, yeah. You know? All roses. Like the first sign that her rule might not have been all roses, you know, all positive, was when she had the peasant immediately jailed again, in spite of having found out that the accusation was false, right? That was the first time that people could have been like, what did you just do? But you know, it kind of happened. Peasants are not really well regarded in this dynasty. But I think that was just a very clear moment that, in retrospect, it can be identified as the very first sign of her ruthlessness. Because she was a ruthless monarch. She was a ruthless queen. 100%. And it didn't quite show for most of her reign, because she made decisions that were in the best interest of the kingdom, but she was ruthless. And the only couple moments where she had a choice between being forgiving but potentially damaging the kingdom, she had no doubt on what to do. She had no doubt. That was great, I agree. The peasants got to party about it, that's true. Tori's conflicted because she did so much right and so much wrong. Exactly. Exactly. Rebuilt the army, prospered the kingdom, didn't give a fuck about anyone. Yeah, that's a good summary. Like, I'm gonna give you her traits. Let me give you her traits, because I think they're very interesting, right? Rest in peace, Queen Xacintha II. Teach angels how to build prisons. Do we need to go and figure out a list of who voted to burn the library so some fights can be arranged? If you need it, go ahead, but I'm not gonna... I don't think it's necessary, but if some of you think it's necessary, go ahead. But I think you can figure it out. But yeah, like her traits, and again, like the way I'm writing traits is what she wants to do with the kingdom and what's her attitude towards the nobles. And my idea for her was a dynamic rule. She wants to boost the kingdom's economy and reputation. She wanted to curate foreign relationships. She wouldn't shy away from wars, and ultimately she wanted to claim back lost territory. So that was the general idea for what she wanted to do with the kingdom. And as for her approach to the nobles, she is very traditional and very adherent to the whole basic concept of Bladesong, where the monarch has more authority over the whole kingdom and leaves the nobles to adjudicate things in the regions. And her ideas was, nobles should stay in their place and let the monarch rule the kingdom. Right? She was very, very traditionalist in that regard. So yeah, I really like this queen. This was very interesting to play. Who won? The queen won. Very interesting. Very strange, interesting game though. Yeah, this is gonna be talked for long, I'm sure. I cannot wait to read the RP in the next few days. I have a lot of catching up to do. Hopefully I can do it. But yeah. Thanks so much for playing, everybody. This was a blast. This is gonna be it for episode 9 of the Bladesong Dynasty. We're gonna be back next week with episode 10. It's gonna be the third to last episode of this dynasty, so buckle up, because you're in for a ride.